Sadie Keller began her fight with cancer back in 2015. Instead of fighting alone, she decided to share her battle with anyone who wanted to listen. She created a series of YouTube videos explaining her treatments and leukemia diagnosis. The North Texan took her fight all the way to the Capitol, where she met Texas Congressman Michael McCaul, a co-chair of the Childhood Cancer Caucus. This week, Congressman McCaul is with Sadie in Dallas after getting the STAR Act passed, the most comprehensive childhood cancer legislation ever introduced. And they both join us from downtown Dallas right now, Congressman McCaul and Sadie Keller. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thanks, Julie.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to get to the STAR Act in just a moment and how many people it's going to benefit. But first, I want to start with your friendship. Every time I see you two, it's just grown and it's just grown. Can you give us a little background on it?
Well, I haven't seen Sadie in a couple of months. I missed her, and when I first walked in the studio, I gave her just a big hug, and every time I see her now, she just looks better and better and more beautiful. The first time I met her, she was in remission, and now she looks just wonderful.
And Sadie, I know that this friendship's been really important to you. Tell us about the bond you have with Congressman McCaul.
Yeah, so, I agree, every time I meet him, we get closer and closer and stuff, and we've done a lot of television together, and it's really cool, to know, that I know him and stuff.
And I was there when you two met in Washington, D.C. And Sadie, you really went to work with Congressman McCaul on this legislation that is very important to him. Talk about both of your efforts.
Yeah, so we both, really want to help kids with cancer because they're dying every day, and I want to put an end to this awful disease that affects so many kids. And so there's different acts that can help more kids survive, and that's really what we want to do, is help all those kids and raise more funding and awareness for all those kids.
And Congressman McCaul, this is obviously very personal to you. You lost a friend as a child to cancer, and that really is behind your effort, which has been a part of your life in Congress for so long.
Yeah, my best friend in fourth grade died from leukemia. Back then it was a death sentence. Sadie had leukemia, and she's alive and well and vibrant, and that's where we want the kids to be today. So I formed the Childhood Cancer Caucus, and now we passed the STAR Act, which is the third in a series of major childhood cancer bills passed by the Congress. It'll be signed into law next week by the President. And we're very excited about it. It's survivorship, treatment, access, and research STAR. And Sadie is my star because she's the one who helped bring it over the finish line, coming up to Washington, talking to members of Congress to get them on the bill, and a persistent advocate for the cause. No better advocate than little Sadie and the victims of childhood cancer who have survived, but will still have issues moving forward.
Sadie, for those viewers that haven't met you before, after you were diagnosed, you made it a goal of yours to help other people. Tell us a little bit about your foundation and what you're doing.
Yeah, so always since I was diagnosed, and I always wanted to help kids like me, because the more I learned about how much funding kids with cancer get from the government, I just thought I needed to help all those kids, and I thought there's kids younger than me and older than me going through much worse cancers and having really hard times. So I started the Sadie Keller Foundation to help all those kids and make them smile and just be happy for once, instead of having to worry about their health all the time. And yeah.
So, Sadie, with your foundation, what you do is you actually buy gifts for children when they're going through difficult times.
Yeah.
And you help deliver them. What's it like to meet those kids and know you're helping them?
It's just amazing to see them smile, and I love just meeting all of them, and they're all their stories are different, and it's amazing to see, learn what they've gone through, and that it's nice to know that I'm helping them and I'm making a difference in the world and stuff, and it's just really amazing to see all those kids smile.
Congressman, I know that this relationship has really touched you personally.
Yeah, it has. We always look, the advocates, the best advocate are the little children who have cancer and fortunately in Sadie's case survived. Nobody can be more effective in Congress on the Hill to advocate the legislation I bring forward every year than people like Sadie. But she has really touched me because she's a very special, as you know, Julie, you had many stories on her. One of the more special ones I've met. And I've met a lot of these children, and they're all very special, and they're strong. Either they survive or they don't. But Sadie is just she's so driven. She's a great advocate and such a kind-hearted person and a great artist, by the way. She's done some great artwork lately that I've seen. And it has touched me personally. I think this is it's an emotional issue. It's an important issue that Congress address this issue. But you can't look at somebody like Sadie and not have your heart touched personally by the issue. Very, very few times in Congress can you pass a bill knowing that it's going to help children like Sadie. And we just passed another one, the STAR Act. And I got to tell you, I chair Homeland Security and I protect Americans, but this is a cause that has been probably the most gratifying, experience of my lifetime. And it's people like Sadie that really make it worthwhile.
Well, thank you both for being with us. We hope to see you again. Again, the STAR Act has passed, and I know it's something that was very important to both of you.
Yes.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
NBC5 has been covering Sadie Keller and Congressman McCall's story for years. If you'd like to see more about how she has become an inspiration in the fight against childhood cancer and how she developed the strong bond with the congressman, head to NBCDFW.com and search